Welcome back to Brahma Garage, or Casa de Brahma, or Unicorn Casa Brahma, whatever you want to call it. So I've got, it's been a long day. I've got a fucking killing toothache. I'm in an absolute lippy ass state today. So today's job's head, or block, getting cleaned. Going to concentrate on that today. I want to get that all scrubbed down, cleaned, ready to go. Whilst I've got this off, I'm actually going to take the opportunity to, I'll flick this around. I'm going to take the opportunity to have a look at this power steering. There is a bit of it's kind of going to be hard to see. I might put a torch on, you might be able to see it a bit better. There is a bit of a power steering leak down. Don't want to scratch the block. You can see there where the hard line meets the rubber hose. There's a bit of a leak there of power steering fluid, and there's something at the back here of the pump. Not sure if it's just a bad fitting. I can't see anything sort of specific. It's just, you can kind of see the glossy, oily mess that just surrounds it. There's some there, and there is one down basically where those, let's see if I can set this up so I can show you, the little terminals here at the back of the steering, the block of the steering. There's something there as well. I think that's just a thing that's come loose down there. Those two that go into the bottom of the steering rack there. There's something there as well. I'm going to take the opportunity to, whilst I've got a little bit extra room with all the intakes and stuff off, going to take the opportunity to have a look at them, see if I can clean those up while I'm here. It's something I've been wanting to do, but just, lower priority. Block's priority this afternoon. I want to get that cleaned, scrubbed, done tonight. I don't know if I've got enough Scotch-Brite floating around, but we'll make do. If I have to, I'll take a quick run of Rawleys and get the bits we need. Once that's done, have a quick look at the power steering, see if I can at least figure out where it's coming from, drain the power steering out, I'll bleed that, just so I can take all the fittings and stuff off, clean the fittings, put a little bit of tape or something on them just to tape them back up, to get a little bit better of a seal. Get those back together and just redo the fittings. So there's a few fittings that might have slipped just between the hard line and the soft line. Make sure there's no cracks and hoses, stuff like that. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, block's the main thing, power steering. And then tomorrow the plan is to get into the head, which will make it, what's today? Tuesday. That'll make it Wednesday tomorrow. I'll probably get the power steering at least done today, but as long as I get the block cleaned, I'm happy, ready to go. I'll cover that with some rags just so it stays nice and clean. And then we'll work on the power steering, what time I've got left today. Head tomorrow, again, whatever time's left, I'll keep going with the power steering. And then gaskets are due, or eBay gaskets are due like Friday to Monday. Fingers crossed, earlier rather than later. But we'll play that by ear. I just want it all ready to go as soon as that turns up. We're good to go. So, all right, let's get stuck into it. All right, so block is clean. Got all the cylinders, the heads of the pistons all cleaned off. The deck of the block's all been scraped down and nice and flat. Cleaned all the head bolt holes out. There was a bit of gunk in some of them still. Obviously, a bit of oil and stuff had leaked where it had been a bad seal. So as you can see, all nice and decarboned and degunked and nice and shiny again. So all ready to go. There was a bit of gunk built up on like the inside of some of the cylinders in here, just on the top edge. Obviously the carbon on the cylinders themselves as well as on the top edge is all sort of built up from whatever was going on. Cleaned all that off, got them all scrubbed up. Yeah, now I'm going to start on, I'm going to clean the exhaust manifold. I'm going to put some rags and stuff over that just so it doesn't get any more shit in it now that I've cleaned it all up. Clean off the exhaust manifold so that's ready to go as well, because there's a bit of just gunk and shit on there from where where it kind of bled between the manifold and between the gasket and the manifold as well. The gasket for I'll turn this around. The exhaust itself is actually still in really good nick. Like there's a bit of gunk here where it had gotten through, but it hasn't actually corroded the material itself. Like it's just literally just a good wipe off and some copper spray and it'll be fine. It's not warped. It's not like any sort of bad shape or anything. So that gasket should be fine. Exhaust manifold or exhaust gasket is pretty easy to fix if that does turn out to be rat shit, but I can't see anything wrong with it. It's the same thickness all the way through. There's no warping, there's no shit, it's just a bit of crap's got in between it. So I'll give that a good clean off and a wipe down with some some mineral terps, and then copper spray it when I get that all done. I'll do all the gaskets all at the same time, so that's all good to go. Yeah, so still plenty of light outside. Thank God for daylight savings. So clean the exhaust gasket and then onto the power steering. Let's get to it. All right, so box cleaned. I've had a look through the power steering stuff. Can't see anything obvious. Cleaned it all off. There's no real obvious leaks. There's no cracks in hoses, anything like that I can see. I've sort of undone a couple of fittings, pushed the hoses on a little bit further, done the fittings back up just in case there's a loose fitting somewhere, stuff like that. I've given it a really good clean around there as well, to see if I can get rid of any traces of power steering fluid. Just hoping that once I get it back on the road, if I just check it after I've driven it a couple of times, or like especially after the first drive, just kind of check it and see once the power steering system gets some pressure into it, I might find sort of some fresh fluid leaking out somewhere and kind of pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. You can kind of see from where the fluid is, like at the bottom of the hose is down, so it's obviously not up the hose. It's going to be, it's basically from the level of one of the joints in the hose from where it goes to the rubber to the hard line. It's from there down, so I have a feeling it's just a bad fitting. It could be a little bit of a bad hose there as well. The clamp there's not the greatest. It's a pretty old clamp. I kind of tightened up and bent a little bit. So I may look at getting a different clamp and putting that on. But yeah, I've given it a good clean down. I can't see anything obvious, so that's just going to have to be a clean and check just so I can kind of figure out exactly where it's coming from. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm getting done for tonight. As you can see, garage door is now shut. It is getting late and dark, and the mozzies are starting to come out and kind of eat me alive. It's the perils of having a garage that the car only just fits in. It's literally tucked in beside the filing cabinet. And yes, there's a fire extinguisher on the floor next to me. Not that I ever need it yet. But yeah, so car only just fits. So hard to work in front of the car when it is sandwiched into the garage like it is. Yeah, so tomorrow night we're going to be sinking into that thing. Going to get that all cleaned up, scrubbed, ready to go. That's pretty much all I need to do now. Basically, get that cleaned up. There's a couple of hoses I wouldn't mind replacing. One of the heater hoses is pretty shit, and it kind of runs up through the intake manifold, which is just a fucking stupid place to have it. It makes it a pain in the ass. I just want to get a slightly longer hose and feed it outside of the intake and over to where it's supposed to go. So I'm going to have to look at a bit of hosing for that. Haven't had any updates from the gasket, so hopefully they're not too far off, but this is all going to be ready to go. Getting all cleaned and done, and then it's literally just slapping it all back together. So yeah, hopefully nothing major. The other thing I'm actually looking at the moment, I have some parts here for S13 conversion for the front. This thing that worries me, currently have 15-inch rims on it, with just the stocks, and there's not a huge amount of room there. Super struggling to find just the standard single pot S13 calipers for the front to go on. Have found a couple of like R33s, R32s. I've actually found a set of S14s that look really nice. Problem is they're the four pot 5-stud hubs. They are a bigger disc. They're like I think it's a 280 by 30mm disc. I've read a lot of things saying that it should fit in most 15-inch rims. The only catch is you may have interference with the spokes on the rim, so you need a spacer. But because it's a 5-stud hub anyway, and my rims are a 4-stud hub, I was going to look at getting the GK Tech 5 to 4-stud conversion plates. It's kind of like essentially a spacer that goes from the 5-stud to 4-stud, which will space it out, which a lot of people say fixes the problem. Essentially, the front of the caliper rubs where it's got the Nissan embossed and the actual the back of the brake pots, kind of the mold of that out, and the Nissan that's on it. A lot of people have said they've had to grind the Nissan off and then put like an 8 to 10 mil spacer on to bump it out to interfere with it. The problem I have there, if we turn this, there's not a huge amount of space, not a huge amount of clearance this way for the rims. If I put the extended S13 LCAs on, if I put the S13 LCAs on, which are a longer LCA anyway, lower control arm, for those that don't know, that's going to bump it out. And then I put, like, I think the GK Tech, I think the conversion, the little 4 to 5 stud plates are, I think they're like 20, 25 mil. There's not a lot of space there. This thing is supposed to be a daily driver. I want it to stay as a daily driver, so I don't want the wheels coming out from underneath the guards and just having all kinds of compliance issues with cops pulling it up. I need to be able to drive this on the road and not have to worry about shit like that. So still trying to find some single pot S13s. The 4-pot's like fucking monstrous for this. And I'm not 100% convinced that circumference wise that actually fit in the side of the rim itself. A lot of people there's a lot of things I read that majority of 15-inch rims should fit them. There's no reason they shouldn't fit. They should fit. I'm like, that's not a does fit. That's not a, consider I'm looking sort of $500 for 2 calipers and discs to go with it. And they're, secondhand discs and secondhand pads that still got a lot of meat, but still a second hand. I'm looking $500 for them for something that may or should fit. It's kind of fucked. So yeah, if anyone knows anyone that has S13 hubs floating around, S13, we are still need the hubs. Hubs, calipers, hubs, I've got a few people that I can get them from. For the 4-stud hubs, which is obviously easier. I'm not gonna have to put the spacer, less fucking around and just go straight on the wheels I've got. The calipers, I'm struggling to find calipers. Discs, obviously I can find them anywhere. I just go and order a set of S13 discs for it. But I'm struggling like hell to find the calipers for it, find the single pot calipers, because obviously they're small, they fit easier, there's less screwing around. They disappear like literally within an hour of getting them posted, they're gone. So yeah, if anyone knows anyone, let me know. That's pretty much it for tonight. I'm going to go and edit this video together, pop it up so you guys can have a good laugh at my struggles. I hope you're enjoying coming along for the journey of me learning RBs all over again, or learning RBs for the first time. Engines done, not RBs. It's a fun journey. I'm enjoying it. I hear a lot of people complain about the RBs, saying it stands for real bastard and have issues working RBs. I actually don't mind it. From all the engines I've worked on over the years, the RB actually it's not a bad engine to work on. Typical Japanese ingenuity from the 1980s, 1990s. Some crazy systems and stuff on it, like obviously the sense systems, the ECCS, all the vac sensors and all that sort of stuff. It's a crazy little car, crazy little engine. Really enjoying learning and evolving my knowledge around engines and another type of engine, another type of car. I've put my own sort of blood, sweat and tears and time into it. So I love tinkering. So it's been an enjoyable experience so far. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're having a good laugh coming along with me and enjoying the trials and tribulations that is the Unicorn 31. I will be signing off tonight and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.